When you look at the media, the world, you would think that the world is in a very bad condition.
Yeah.
Like climate change, migration, poverty, wars all around. But when you look actually at figures and real figures and data, you see that it's the other way around. So wars are in retreat, poverty is in retreat.
What are you reading at the moment?
At the moment I'm reading, actually I've just finished a short history of human mankind from Harari.
Mm-hmm.
Quite an interesting book, I liked it very much. And now I'm in the second part, which is Homo Deus, but I'm just starting.
Everybody's reading Homo Deus at the moment.
Yeah, because I think I'm just at the beginning, yeah, but it puts its fingers on a very important point. We are in a sort of transition phase. We know that, we feel that everywhere, digitization, end of humankind. And Harari, is starting with quite some truth. I think that the world is much better off now in the moment, despite we have 7 and more billion people on Earth. Hunger, diseases, wars are on retreat. So we have to recognize that. In the German-speaking world, actually, we do usually think differently. We think things are getting worse and worse, but the contrary is true. And we have to keep this fact in mind and think now, well, what will be the next challenges to humankind? And the thesis of Harari in this case saying that there will not be any vacuum. Humankind doesn't allow vacuum. Humankind will go to the next challenge, will go on. And this then has to do with, well, these are the theses then in the book.
I have the impression that life's getting better all the time.
Good. So you are one of the few.
The basic needs of all people I know and work with are met all the time. You can create something meaningful with all the technologies available, basically on your phone. Everybody has a phone, and that's where the magic happens at the moment. The phone is the TV industry, the music industry, it's the healthcare industry, and you have it in your pocket, and everybody has a phone.
But then look at the political level. Why then are people complaining that much there?
That's a very good question. I think the problem is inside of them.
Who? The politicians?
The people who like to
complain. But it's not only the politicians. Look at the media. What's going on there? So we think when you look at the media, the world, you would think that the world is in a very bad condition.
Yeah.
Like climate change, migration, poverty, wars all around. But when you look actually at figures and real figures and data, you see that it's the other way around. So wars are in retreat, poverty is in retreat. Even in Africa. Africa lags behind, but poverty is going back there. Nobody, I think 95% of Austrians you would ask, they would not believe and they would not agree with you or me telling them certain statistics that poverty is in retreat in African countries. That's interesting, I think. So why is that?
I think there is this anxiety creating industry, like Fox News and other media. Their only purpose is to make people anxious, so that they draw attention to some topics that polarize and that then are part of a whole value chain of politics and mingled with corporations, which is a game in itself, I think. And the other part maybe is that there are people focused on creating stuff, on solving problems. They do not complain. They focus on solving.
Yeah.
There is wonderful projects going on climate change, and you know how much great project is going on in the world helping to help. And then there is a whole part of the population who is complaining a lot like it's what they do.
So complaining gets more attention than doing some positive projects or talking about positive projects, obviously. And this gets reinforced in our digitized society, I would say. Look at Facebook or LinkedIn. What I've read, there are some studies that shows you clearly that 80% of the news you get in your news feed are on the negative side, are on complaining or showing some negative things, and only 20%, according to these figures, I don't know, are on the positive side. So you have a reinforcing circle on that.
We were both at the 4 Game Changers Festival. Did you hear Stefan Sagmeister?
No, I was not there.
In his keynote, he showed a systems analytics institute in UK analyzed the mood of tweets in different spaces. And the 2 main spaces were New York's Grand Central Station, which is a beautiful space.
Yeah.
And then there was the second space, a very ugly one, Penn Station. The tweets, the mood of the tweets was very positive in Central Station. So they were pointing out opportunities and good stuff happening. And the mood of the tweets from Penn Station were very negative. Mm-hmm. So this one thing that struck me was this impact of the space on the mood and on the content.
So, meaning we need good architects in the future to create physical spaces.
It's physical spaces that shape social interactions also. There was also in Stefan Sagmeister's keynote, basically you were going to a toilet through a tunnel, a dark place. And some artists sprayed a very big yes, colorful, just one word, yes. And some people started to make pictures, to pass by, to have interactions. And then it became a wedding chapel. This only happens in the US, but people going there after their wedding, making their wedding picture there. So this toilet and dark room became a wedding chapel with just one word of intervention, a couple of colors.
So you see, the world is looking out. People are looking out for positive things.
I think so.